Welcome back to Make It Mondays. This should be episode 3 in Make It Mondays and the second episode with the sweater. So last time I showed you just the test swatch of the fabric and the blueprint of the sweater. So as a reminder, that is the blueprint for how the sweater is going to look. And I am now 2 and a bit skeins of yarn in. So it is now here. So the front is already getting angled. This is a wrap sweater, so it will get angled all the way up to the shoulder seams. And I've got the side marked, and then that gorgeous row of stitch markers is to count how many rows I've done, even though with this pattern it's less important due to the fact that it's in blocks that are 6 rows high, so I don't need to count my rows as much, but I like math, so I go ahead and still mark them. And then the other side seam. So this is again a seamless sweater. Last time I was not sure how much I could do with the amount of yarn that I have. Now that I have more than 2 skeins of yarn in here, I know a bit better of how far I'm going to be able to get. So I was able to figure out that yes, I can do the entirety of the shell, so the body of the sweater the way that I have it drawn out. So I started to figure out what I wanted to do for the sleeve shape and what I wanted to do for the collar / front trim. There is something a little funny with all of this. I do in fact have that little white stripe. That's not a glitch in the video. That is actually a white strip of yarn. I'm doing the equivalent of an afterthought heel. I'm just doing it with the buttonhole for the wrap. So that is where the front trim will poke through the outside of the sweater, so I can tie both ends behind my back. But I have figured out that how to do my sleeve cap. I'm still not entirely sure if it's going to be to elbow or if it's going to be longer, or if I'm going to be able to do a trim on the bottom of the sleeves or a trim on the bottom of the sweater itself. But yeah, this is one of those math is actually a good thing. I luckily don't have to think about darting at either horizontal darts or vertical darts because I don't have that many curves. And this was actually done off of my shoulder width, which more or less matches my hips, or where this is going to land, which is not quite the fullest part of my hips. It's where my hip bones are, so high hip if you're used to doing seamstress work. So this is where I am now. Hopefully this has taken me about a week of my time. I'm reasonably sure it's going to be 2 weeks in your time. And hopefully in another week I can be up to the shoulder seams so I can show you what it's going to look like on a little bit better. I will say that this video, along with all of them for season 3, so starting in August, are sponsored by Sam Cardenas of Color Street. That does not mean that she has paid me a lot of money. This is not a normal sponsorship deal. This is I approached her and went, hey, can I run a Color Street party through my YouTube? And I get the freebies and you get the sales. So, but that is how I do my nails. I do find them really useful. I absolutely do love the product. And this is just an easy way for me to be able to get more nails so that I can do my videos without having to shell out the money. to get a new set. That's all it is. If you want to support her or support me, she is an equity actress in New York. Please look in the description below for the link. But otherwise, I will see you next time on Make It Mondays. If you would like to help fund this page, please find me on Patreon at Theatrical Crafts.